Okay, hey everybody. Just wanted to have a quick chat with you about what path you're on. What are you creating? What are you doing with your life? You'll hear me talking about this a lot as to choosing what it is that you want to have in your life, what path you are following, what are you creating in your life. And it's because it's our life is our biggest thing. Our life is what we get to live. It's why we go to work. It's why we choose a partner. It's why we have kids. It's why we have friends. It's all about what we're doing. What are we actually wanting to have in our life for enjoyment? So today you're just looking at what path you're actually on. So when we look into our life as to what it is that we really want, you can look out into the future. You can see where you are right now. Where are you right now with your life? What are you doing? And how far will you go into the future with that? So you go out 5 years into the future or 10 years into the future. You follow that path that you're on right now, looking at what you're doing and how you're living your life and what you're doing in your life. Take it out 5 years, take it out 10 years. What is that life going to look like? If you do the same thing for 15 years, you do the same thing for 20 years, where are you going to be? And it's really important to think about that. I've been thinking about that with my life. What is it that I want to create? What is it that I want to have? What is it that I want to be doing? And as we go out to that sort of distance into the future, you can start saying, am I on the right track? Am I actually doing what I want to do? What is it that I want to create in my life? And that's where we can start making changes. So I've made changes in my life. It's seeing, yes, there are things that are good out there and there are things that are not so good. And so why wait until later on to make the changes? You can make the changes now. Look at what path you're on. Look at what you're doing and make those changes today. Think about it. What is it that you want? So for me, I go through and I do a planning process. It's the start of 2020. It's a great time to sit there and have a bit of a think about what it is that you want to have in your life. What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to be doing? And as you're seeing those things coming up, you can see what it is that you want to be creating. Are you on that path? Are you on track for what you want to be having in your life? Most of us don't look that far ahead. If we look into what we do in work, we work as a job, we work with a team, we work every day. You're going in there. You know exactly what you're doing, exactly what you're hitting. If you're a builder, you're going in there to build a house. You're looking at it. You've got plans. You've got this whole great architect has done this great design of what you're creating. You know what you're creating. You know what you're headed towards. And each day you're taking those steps towards it. It's the same with, I was in product design, designing products. We knew exactly what we were going to create and we're taking steps towards it. And it's applying that same mentality to our life. What is it that we want to create? And then taking those steps towards it. I'm going to be coming on here every weekday and posting a little bit more information about how you can get that. I'll be providing some more information. Right at the moment, it's the start of 2020, so it's the planning time. It's a great time to look at what we were doing, look at what path you're on, look at what you're creating, and have a think about what it is you really want to create. It's worth spending some significant time in this area of thinking about it. What it is, imagining your life, imagining what you're doing. Seeing what you're doing right now, go out 5 years, go out 10 years. What's your life going to be like if you do exactly the same things that you're doing right now, today, or what you've done for last year? You repeat the same year again and again. What's different? If you're not doing anything different, you're going to get the same result. You can't do the same thing over and over and expect the results to change. It gives you the same result. So if you want something different, if your life is not what you want to be doing, not what you want to be living, then you need to do something different. That's as simple as that. Just doing something different. What is it that you could do different? What is it you want to change? And how is it that you want to live it? For me, I'm running through a lenses planning process, which is where I dig into in-depth detail as to what it is I want to be looking at in the big picture, and then using those lenses to break it down into smaller, it's like zooming in and zooming out on it. What are the things that I want to be doing in the next year? What are the things I want to be doing in the next 90 days? What are the things I want to be doing in the next 30 days? And going through and planning what it is I'm going to achieve so that I am taking action on that plan. Just like a builder building the house, you're looking at what stage you're going to be up to. You're doing the foundations, you're doing the framing, you're doing the outside cladding, you're getting there, you're figuring it out, and you're just taking one step at a time. You don't have to have the whole thing underway all at the same time. You can't start doing the roofing before you've got the foundations down. And it's the same thing in life. What foundations are we building? What are we putting on it? What framing are we putting up? Taking each of those steps, breaking it down into manageable steps, and figuring out what we're doing. And it starts with, what's the big picture? What is it that you want to create? What is it that I'm creating in my life? and how do you want to live it. There'll be lots more coming. Keep following these videos. We'll put some more content down there. If you want to know anything, get in contact with me. I'm going to be offering a few spots. I've got 3 spots next week for some breakthrough sessions or introduction sessions, so you can actually come through and experience what it'd be like to actually be on a proper call with me, being on a transformational meditation experience, actually experiencing that transformational meditation, seeing what it's like. So if you're really interested in seeing what that can do for you, how those other transformations can happen in your life, how easy they are, they're really simple. In an hour session, we get down into about a 15-minute process that really digs into it and comes into amazing changes for the way that you think about what you're doing, the way that you take action, the way that you do stuff. So if you're interested in one of those, get in contact with me. I've only got 3 available for next week, but give me a message and we can start talking about what you want to do. Hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon. See ya.